boys, girls, and everyone in between, we are back with another Blood Knight video, and in this one, I'm showing you the best single target Blood Knight build. It is updated from my last one. Very few changes, I might add, but some very critical ones at that. So let's get straight to it. I'm gonna do a DPS for a full minute. Hopefully we don't experience lag like I just experienced. And then I'll break down the essences, the set gear, the paragon trees, and everything in between, so you guys get a full snapshot of this build and what it looks like. So here we go. 3, 2, 1, and go. All right, seems like the lag is not there. We certainly peaked a whole hell of a lot higher on the DPS than we did a second ago. So it appears that the lag is gone. This is so much better than it was a second ago. We love that. Although it kind of feels like when I do that, I'm losing it. Interesting. So the biggest thing with this one is that the Whirling Strike is going to make us do a lot more damage. So you want to sort of time it so we keep that damage buff up at all times. So like I said, we're going to go for the full minute. We're still maintaining over a 2 mil damage per second, which is phenomenal, honestly. Like, this is better than my Wizard build and my Tempest build, so it's kind of crazy. Almost at, we got 15 seconds left. We're well over 100 mil damage total. Feeling pretty good, actually. 9 seconds. 6 seconds. I also just recently learned that you can hold down the attack button. Didn't know that. So 136 mil damage. Let me get a quick little screen grab of that. Maybe we throw it on the thumbnail. I don't know. See what we're in the mood for. Boop. All right, so that is the damage. Now, the build itself is as follows. So we're using Masque of the Demir. I don't know why I try to read these shits. All right, anyway, this is the one where Whirling Strike also increases your damage by 19% for 3 seconds. Now, all of our slots are woke, as you can see. So we're getting the additional buff there. And everything is Essence Mastery 4, so there's that as well. So this one is the chess piece is Shroud of Night now conjures 2 immobile shadowy apparitions that utilize your primary attacks to assault nearby enemies. Shroud of Night cooldown reduced by 7.2 per seconds. 2%, excuse me. And then the shoulders are Torture and Torment, which is a small swarm of bats. Now causes a small swarm of bats to circle you. When you use a primary attack, a bat will swoop down and bite the enemy. Swarm bats damage increase. So basically all about single target and attack damage from your main source of damage being your primary. Next is going to be the Mythic Cloud, also increases your primary attack speed by 30%, and then the cooldown is reduced by 3.6. We're using Cruel Vendetta for Shadow's Edge damage increase by 38%. We're using Mercy's Plight, which is Shadow's Edge now marks an enemy, causing them to erupt for 36k additional damage when reaching 4 marks. Then this is the other big change here is the Digi of Below, which is Whirling Strike now unleashes a blast dealing damage to enemies caught in the path, maximum 3 charges. So what you're getting out of this is that Whirling Strike no longer has a long animation, it's very quick, and then in tandem with the new headpiece, you're getting an increase in damage by 19%. And because you have 3 charges, you can basically ensure that it is up at all times. That's the main part of this build, is the headpiece and the new main hand that we're using. Well, not new main hand, it's new to this build. And then last but not least, the Moon Call is the last offhand, which is Shadow's Edge, also increases your primary attack speed by 10%. For set gear, we're using a 4-piece Vithus for the attack speed and increased beneficial effect duration. We are using a 2-piece Banquet. That way, the continued damage we're dealing from our offhand as well as our bleeds is getting allowing us to do more damage. And then last but not least, we're also using a 2-piece, that's still the same one, a 2-piece Shalbass for the additional attack damage. So all in all, it feeds off of your primary attack speed and your primary attack damage. You can see that the majority of our damage was obviously 92.1 mil of it, 67% of it was our primary attack. And then we got 12% of our legendary gems. Now, if you're curious what the legendary gems are, these are just what I have. I'm running Bloodsoaked Jade, Gloomcask, Spiteful Blood, which I use for PvP, Concentrated Will, Stormbolt, Roiling Consequence, Starfire Shard, and Maw of the Deep. Now, for the Paragon that I run for this, I am running Weaver. I'm using Unseen Dynamism, and then Impulsive, Spell Surge, Gifted, last but not least, Uncanny. So Really, really good build. Does a ton of damage, as you can see on screen, and ultimately a phenomenal addition to my single target builds for the Blood Knight. Like I said, we're basically not using any of the new essences. The new essences are all about blood, essentially, or bleeding. I tried this in both PvP and PvE, and it just unfortunately doesn't do as much damage as anything else. So unfortunately, it's kind of a flop. I did use the new main hand though. Nope. Yeah, no, I don't use any of it. All right, cool. So that's going to do it for today's video, guys. Let me know what you think about the comment section below. Pretty nice damage off the Blood Knight. We have one more build coming your way, which is our updated farming build. And then after that, we will be showing the monk because I lost a bet. All right, see ya.